Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my Flipping for Fortunes video. This is episode 5, and in this episode I utilise all of the different GE slots. I can now flip multiple big items, so I can put an offer in for like 8 different Drygores now that I have enough money to do so. This is so helpful with maximising the amount of money I can make flipping. And then I go into details about the items I flipped and the consistency of each of those items. So let's get right into it. Well, I just chucked in my offhand Drygore rapier that I just bought. It took me a minute and a half, just over a minute and a half to sell that Drygore rapier. And I made 400k on that. Sold so quickly. Continuing the flips, I was flipping some of my Drygores again, making like 200, 300k per one. I also bought some Onyx bolts for my Alkas, and I done the profit margins for those. If they had a better margin, I probably would have flipped those as well, but they're not that great of a margin. I just bought them for the Alkas. But yeah, as you can see, all the Drygores are flipping fairly decently. I bought an offhand Drygore longsword over time. It was 16.6 mil that I bought it for, and I instantly sold it for 17.9. That's some insane money. Someone really wanted their Drygore. So I checked my sales history and it's like bought for 16.5, sold for 17.9. So I made 1.4 mil on a Drygore. I guess someone desperately wanted the offhand longsword. Got all my Drygore offers and my Shadowglaive offers in for overnight. Some should buy, even if they don't all buy. Well, I think I had my offers too low. I only bought the Drygore rapier and the offhand Shadowglaives. Need to increase all these offers now. Yeah, offhand Shadowglaives are continuously flipping for like 120k each. And then the Drygores maintain their like 200, 300k flips. I bought an offhand Drygore mace for just under 15.9. I just insta-sold it for 16.9. Easy mil. Those consistent 300k flips of offhand Shadowglaives, 9753 to 1044. So it's literally just under 300k every 4 hours, so consistently. I made 1.4 mil on an offhand Drygore longsword. That's a lot of money. And I made a mil on an offhand Drygore mace as well. For some reason they both just insta-sold like a mil over mid. Someone really wanted their Drygores. Oh whoa, I didn't expect my Ascension Crossbow to actually flip for that. I bought one at 83.8 and I sold it for 84.5. I made like 650k on that crossbow flip. I want to see if I can do that again because it's got buy limit of 2. I just managed to sell a Divine Spirit Shield. I bought it for 6.3 and sold it for nearly 7.5. 1.2 mil nearly, yeah. Wow, I just sold my Arcane Spirit Shield as well and I made a mil on that. So I made over a mil on the Divine and a mil on the Arcane. Now I'm just trying to sell the Elysian. Man, I sold my Spirit Shield, my Elysian one, for 11.9 mil, and I paid 10 mil for it. So I made like nearly 2 mil on the Elysian Spirit Shield. I swear, the Spirit Shields are like the best flips because they take ages to sell, but they sell for such high profit. It's unreal. Look at that. I managed to buy 2 Elysian Spirit Shields at just over 10 mil each, which is just over mid. And they sold for just under 13.5 mil each. I made nearly 7 mil in just 2 Elysian Spirit Shield flips, and these 2 bought overnight. I'm so happy with that flip. Jesus, that's amazing. Man, flipping these Spirit Shields is so nice. I buy the Elysians 10.3, sell them 13.4. It's just like so much, over 3 mil profit each. And then I'm doing the Divine ones as well. They're 6.5 buy and they sell for near like 7.15. So that's 650k from those as well. The Arcane doesn't flip as well as the others. It's the most expensive, but it has like the least margin. Hey, I made about 300k on this Arcane Spirit Shield. And these Saradomin brews were amazing. I bought them at 7,616 each when the Death Touch starts were released and everyone was going to Nex. Then I sold them for 8,663 each, which means I made over 1,000 each. I made over a mil in that flip. 1.1 mil flip, I'll take it. I know I've said it quite a lot, but Drygores are just such good consistent flips. You can only flip one of every 4 hours, so loads of people doing this won't even affect it much. Being able to make 200 to 400k every single Drygore you flip, and just looking at my sales history, you can see how much money I've made just in a couple of Drygores. What you got to remember is I'm flipping all of these at the same time as well because I'm using all of the different slots that the GE has to offer. Such good money. Hey, that was a good overnight flip. I bought this for 16 mil and then I sold it at mid this morning. Made 420k on that one. Drygores are just so consistent and so nice. I have another Drygore selling, I've got some Spirit Shield selling and buying, and then I've got my Ascension Crossbow that I bought overnight selling, so hopefully I can make some money on that. Then I'm going to put in some more buy offers for some more Drygores with the 42 mil I have left over. Okay, that's not bad, Ascension Crossbow. Bought it for 88.4, sold it for 88.74. So that's 340k profit. And then obviously my Drygores are making me a couple of 100k each. Not bad. Made another 500k on an Ascension Crossbow. Made some more on some Spirit Shields and some Drygores. Keeping the grind going. Like, I literally just put the Ascension Crossbow in. 88.2 mil bought. 88.74 mil sold. It's just such a nice margin. Legit, these Ascension Crossbows are stupidly overpowered. I just flipped another one for 540k. It's so easy. That's like, I've made a mil in 2 Ascension Crossbow flips in the last like 10 minutes. It's just so fast. So I spent some time focusing on Ascension Crossbows and I was making about 500k a flip for the main hand and the offhand, which means I can make 2 mil every 4 hours flipping 2 main hands and 2 offhands. It's so effective. I also made over a mil on an Arcane Spirit Shield. Hey, some stuff bought and sold overnight. Managed to buy an Ascension Crossbow. I bought a Drygore mace, I bought some more Addy two-handers and sold my Addy two-handers. See, those Addy two-handers have a 500 GP margin. They have a buy limit of 1k, which means I can make 500k per 1k flip. That's a 10% return on investment, which is really awesome. Then we just have all the other stuff. I think I need to reduce the sell price of this Divine Spirit Shield, but I'll still be able to make a decent amount of money. Okay, those Addy two-handers had a 600 GP margin. That's 600k from 1,000 of them that I flipped overnight. Let's try and flip some more. I started doing some Addy two-handers again. They have a 400 to 500 GP margin all the time. You can flip 1,000 every 4 hours. That's 400 to 500k coming in. They only cost 5 mil to stock up on as well, so they're very easy. You can stick in an offer for 2,000 or something, buy them overnight and sell them in the morning. I'm going to try some different Addy items. Look at that. 850k for an Arcane Spirit Shield flip. Then I'm getting the consistent 500k flips on the Ascensions. Drygores are making me a couple of 100k each. It's just adding up so much. So I managed to buy 100 of these Portents of Restoration X's for 5k each. I'm going to try and sell them for at least double that and be able to make some money. Hey, look, Luck of the Dwarves has a 5k margin right now. Ooh, that one's amazing, right? Jesus, that... I thought I was going to flip 10 of those, but maybe not. Let's look at other items. So these Portents of Restoration X sold for 1.2 mil and I paid 500k for them, so that's 700k GP profit. That one's really nice. Then I've bought a Divine Spirit Shield and a Drygore mace and some Addy pickaxes. Time to go flip those. Addy items are really good. They have some decent margins. Like these claws take ages to buy, but I make 1.6k each. And then the pickaxes are like 400 GP, pretty good. Like even the Addy full helms, I'm making 105k. Hey, look, that's awesome. I've sold loads of Addy items, made like 300k every single flip. Because the margins are like 300 GP, but when you're flipping 1,000 of them, it's really good. Mithril Claws are selling about 200k profit when they go as well. And I'm buying some Bloodweed potions to flip, so let's see how that goes. Hey, stocked up on loads of different Addy items, and I'm still trying to sell those Bloodweed potions. Should be able to make about 2 mil on all of those Bloodweed potions once they actually sell. Remember, in order to sell and buy Addy items that have like 1,000 buy limits, you can do it very effectively by buying one and selling one to check the margins. As you can see, after I bought and sold one, it was 4,622 GP to buy and then 5,000 to sell. Which means I'll buy it for slightly over 4,622 and sell it for slightly under 5k. This has nearly a 400 GP margin and is definitely worth it every 4 hours doing 1,000. So I managed to buy lots of different Addy items overnight and I can now sell them and make between 200 to 500 GP each item. That means I'm going to be making a good like 2 mil from all of these and I'll get close to my 200 mil goal. There we go, made nearly 400 GP on each of those and that was 300k just in that flip. I'll do the same with all the other Addy items and it really does add up. Hey, I bought the Ascension crossbows. Apparently they're like 83 mil right now and I got them for 81.5. So we'll see if we can sell them for 83. Oh man, I made 1.2 mil on that Ascension offhand flip. The main hand is still selling, but oh, that's lovely. Hey, those Addy two-handers are good. I made 320k from those. Not bad. Okay. I bought a Drygore mace for like 9.3 mil overnight. And I just put it up and I was like, oh, I'll sell it for like 9.5, like mid-price. And it just sold instantly for 11.6. It's just made 2.3 mil on a Drygore mace. Just, yay. Holy. Drygore maces are just so good right now. Look at that. I think it's with the release of Solak or something. All weapons are such good flips. Damn. 9.5 mil for that mace. Sold it for nearly 11 mil. That's another 1.4 mil flip. I'm loving this. There we go, ending the flipping series off with making 500 GP margins on Addy battle axes and 400k on an offhand Drygore rapier. My total cash stack for the flipping series at the end of this episode is at 226 mil. And that's it for this episode, 226 mil. We're nearly a quarter of the way to our final build goal, and it will only get faster from here. Thank you all for watching, do give it a like if you did enjoy, and until next time, see ya.